Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, December 18th, and I wanted to get on because yesterday we did the very simplistic easel stand year calendar. So it stands up like that. You tear off the sheet as you go through the months. So today we're going to do a little more complex one. It's going to be one that sits on your desk and shows 2 months at a time. But not fluid 2 months. I'll explain in a little bit. Okay, this one's going to take a little more time to make, guys. So, and I pre-stamped some of the months so that I'm not keeping you here forever, because this is a little bit more involved, but not that bad, because the Days to Remember stamp set makes it easy to make these calendars. So we'll go over some of the bits and pieces of that in a second. All right, so what you're going to need is you're going to need your calendar base. You're going to need a little bit of an extra of the same color. I'm sorry. I was a little bit frozen there for a second. And then you're going to need some Whisper White or Very Vanilla for your calendar parts. And then you can layer it as many times as you want using either solid color or DSP to kind of match the moods of the month. Okay, so let's go first, because I want to get this out of the way. Let's finish our calendars. So I've already done January through August. Now, this stamp is fabulous. And even if you have to have one where it uses, usually most months will take 4 to 5 lines. But there are a few months this year where it goes to the 6th line. See how the first starts here, and there's 30 days. So it goes to 6 lines. This also happens in July for this year. Oh, there's my extra piece of cardstock. I wonder where that went to. Here's July. See that? So, but this stamp set makes it so easy to make a calendar, because not only does it give you every possible scenario for a calendar, but it fits our stamp pads perfectly. Okay, let me see where I put the rest of my cardstock, because of course I have such a mess over here. All right, so let me grab another piece of Whisper White, not Whisper White, Basic White, Basic White, Basic White. I haven't said Whisper White in a long time, and I know I have this cut somewhere else, but we'll go ahead and show you how we did those calendars. And then I am using for the background Orchid Oasis. All right, so let's just show you the basics of making your calendar. So you can almost get all 12 out of one sheet of Basic White, but not quite, because your white part is 2.5 inches by 3. So let me throw that in the garbage over here. Move my garbage further away. So 2.5 by 3. So you can do 2 3s across. This is your 8.5 side. So 3, 3, and that leaves you with 2.5. And I must have done one of the 3s a little off. I thought I looked a little crooked there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, just a little off, but okay. So then here's our 3s. So we're going to cut these down to 2.5. Oops. Knock down that. And yes, usually I cut these one at a time to make them perfect, because when you cut 2 at a time, it is possible that you're going to get off a little bit. But I'm just showing you quickly. So there you have 8. You have 8 of those now. And then here we have our 3-piece, which we're going to go 2.5. So that makes I'm sorry, this is wrong. This is my 2.5, right? So this has to go to 3. Sorry. So 8, there's 9, there's 10, and there's 11. So see, we're 1 month short. Now, if you use a 12 by 12, you have no problems. You're going to get it out one sheet. But yes, this tends to be just a little bit short by 1. Sorry, I didn't like how I moved that one. So I had to make it perfect. So have a scrap of basic white, vanilla, whatever it is. So you can make that 12th one. All right. Then your layers here, of course, since this is 2.5 by 3, this is going to then be 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm not going to cut all those out because you know how to cut. Unless you were just born and introduced to stamping yesterday, you know how to cut the rest of those. But see, that's going to leave you your layer. Okay, so that's how you cut the calendar pieces. Now, as I was saying, Stampin' Up! Has done a fabulous job with the set, and I hope they don't retire it. I really, really, really like it. To make this, though, you want to, here, let me get a little more cleaner on there. You got to have your cleaning pad nearby, and you have to have your piercing mat. I can't find my cleaner one, so sorry, you'll have to deal with the dirtier one. All right. So what you're going to do is, and I like having either my phone pulled up or having an extra calendar beside so you can see what your dates are or where they start and begin. So let's see. So we ended, I think the last one I did was August. All right, so we're going to start with September. Now, September has 30 days, and it starts on a Friday this year. All right. So what you're going to do is you'll take your stamp color, which I'm stamping all my dates in Orchid Oasis. So I said that September starts on a Friday. So this width of this pad is exactly how you have to do it for a calendar. Now, I'm sure Stampin' Up! Did that on purpose, but I find it fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. So here, see, I don't know if you can see. Let me bring it up a little bit more. See how that just fits. So there's my number 1 in the Friday position. All right. But now, and don't press very hard with the stamp. It's very easy to get globs. But now inside my kit, I have a Q-tip, because guess what? September only has 30 days. So we're going to wipe off the ink on that 31. All right. Let me go ahead, come down over here. We're going to line that up. We're going to go straight down, not too hard. And there you go. Then they have this fabulous, you could either do the calendar date, you can have your calendar start on, let me show you, Monday and go through Sunday. I do to the traditional calendar where your week starts on Sunday. So that's what I'm using here. I'm going to do this in, is this Old Olive or Pear Pizzazz? Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to go right over that to put my days of the week. And now this was September. So I have all of the months double mounted on blocks over here. It saves you a little bit of time. So here's my September. I'm going to go back to my Orchid Oasis for that. And there you are. So now, since September ends on a Saturday, that means October is going to start on a Sunday. So I'm going to clean this off. Sorry. October has 31 days, so we don't have to worry about cleaning off that extra day. So October is starting on a Sunday. So we're going all the way over here. Here's my one, all the way over here. Very light. Make sure there's no gloops or whatever you want to call it of ink. I have 2 cardstocks under there, but I'm not going to risk it. So there we go. There's my October. Let me get my Sunday through this one for my days of the week. There's Sunday. And then that's going to be October, which I just put down. This is the worst part, is remembering where you put all of your blocks with the months on them. There's October. So now, looking there, clean this off. So November is going to start on a Wednesday. I double checked my phone or my wall calendar. Yes, it starts on a Wednesday. So here's the 1. So that means Wednesday. So that means Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays right there. There's Wednesday. Oh, I about messed up. Did you see that? Guess what? November only has 30 days. And I tried to remember to say that to myself as I am getting ready to line it up, so I don't stamp an incorrect month. So here we go. There's November. Let's get our days of the week on there. And November month. Perfect. So now December starts on a Friday. So let's clean this off again. December starts on a Friday, so we only want Friday and Saturday to show here. See how now that's going to that 6th week. Because it's one of the long ones. That's why you could make this calendar thinner, but then when you get to your ones that use actually 6 lines, you're going to run out of space. So here we go. Let me go over here. Here's my Sunday through Saturday stamp. And let's get December. All right, so there you are. So now we are done stamping. We can put away the stamp pads, and we can move all of these beautiful little stamps that have to be cleaned off now over here. We can move this away. I just want to get my area up here clean. Make sure I have no here. Take out my stamping seal. Sorry guys, this is going to be a long one. And get those layers. So let's go. There's December. I felt like there was 2 on there. Here's November. October. And September. Then I have all the ones I already did earlier. Okay, now to make the structure. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way because we're going to use tear and tape for this construction. Okay. Your base is really going to be made out of this, just so you know. But you want that extra piece because that's your centering mechanism, your tower part. All right. So on this, you're going to score at 4 on one side. Turn it around and score at 4 again. All right, now you're going to go to 3 5/8 and cut. So here's a 3 5/8. Here's a 3 5/8. And then I always flip it around so I have that uncut side here, just in case I've moved it at all during my previous cuts. That's all you're going to waste. You're going to throw it away. Yes, I saved most every little scrap. That scrap I'm not saving. All right. So here's this. Here's this. All right. Now on here, you can do it the length of this if you want to, or you can do it smaller. I actually like going the length so you see continuous. So remember that this is 3 5/8. Oops, sorry, 3 5/8. Let me pick that up. So then this is going to be 3 5/8. And then we're going to turn it and cut at 2. Move that cutting blade out of the way. Now we're going to score. So we're just going to score at 1/2. I'm doing 1/2 on this side. 1. And that's going to leave you 1/2 on this side that we're going to score. All right. This is my base. So what we're going to do is we're going to take tear and tape, which I just hid. We're going to go almost the length of that. I don't like going edge to edge on this, just because I like to have just a little bit of wiggle room on the ends. All right. So now we're going to go fold, fold. All right, so we've just made a little triangle. You see that? So we just have the little triangle. All right, so now we're going to go ahead. I don't know which way you prefer. I prefer to put my tear and tape here. I'm putting in all those score marks. Make sure before we tape this down that you fold it back and forth on those score marks a few times. That way it's a little bit flexible. You really want to not break down the fibers so much, but you want it to be flexible. So just make sure that it's nice and flexible. All right. So now we'll take off that first piece. And we're going to lay this down right in that fold area. Don't press down yet till you know you've gone down all the way on that. Okay. Now we're going to do that again. With this part of the triangle. Again, you want to make sure you're pretty well lined up. And now we have that last part of the triangle. Now you could use a different color for this tower, or you could use designer paper. But I feel like if you're not perfect with your cuts, it's going to show through. And I don't like that. So then here you have your stand. And what I like to do is I usually have these two like flat against over here, my work desk, where my two monitors meet. So then I can see these 2 months at a time. All right. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take, now like I said, if you want to, you're going to start mounting these. If you want to, you can get designer paper and make it even more so. I'm going to, I don't even know, I have one little piece of designer paper here. Oh, it's pretty. But see, I had that scritchy edge. But see, you can go ahead and do it even more like that. You know what? Let me go ahead, just because you know me, and I just want to keep you on here forever. Forever. Let me grab, yes, texture chic again. Love texture chic. All right. So I kind of like this whole color scheme. Oh, I like that even better. All right. So then, since this is 3 1/4 by 2 3/4, you're gonna make it 3 by 3 1/2. So let's go 3 by 3 1/2. And look at that. I need to change my blade. Before I finish the calendar, I'm going to change my blade because I've been wanting to do that. But then all you're going to do, guys, is just tape that down on each of these. You have 12 flaps. And there you have your calendar. I'm not going to keep you on forever to watch me cut all of these and put the adhesive on it and set it down. But that's how you make it. And if you wanted to, you could put a ribbon in between here and even have it as a hanging one, because that is a tube. I don't know if you can see. Let me angle this differently. See, you can see my fingers through there. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. There, see? So you could tie a ribbon through here if you wanted to. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and upload this video. I will finish this off, and then you'll be able to see it as the front picture of this video. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a great weekend.